Hey Virgo, this is TC, your guiding chariot. Welcome to your mid-month reading for April. I apologize that the schedule is a little off. I have a lot going on for work at the end of the month, so I needed to move up my recording schedule. So instead of the end of the month, we're doing a mid-month. So thank you for being flexible. I have a slightly different format because of that. If you are a newbie, welcome to the channel. Some ground rules before we get started. This is going to be a general reading for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Because of that, my only ask is that you take the messages as they resonate. Do not try to force them. If you have to fudge too many details or it's not fitting your circumstances, let that go. That message just wasn't meant for you. So you may resonate with all the decks, you may resonate with one of them. Just take it as it comes. And because of that, I do recommend you watch the videos for all three of your signs. If you don't know your signs, you can get all of that info for free online. Just have a natal chart done. You can go to astrologycafe.com and check it out there, and then come back and watch your videos. I personally always recommend your sun and your rising. I always watch those two for myself. So to me, those are the most important. But again, if you're drawn to watch a certain video, by all means, watch whatever you want. With that said, let me tilt the camera down so you can see the cards, and then we will get rolling. Alright, so I have a couple different decks. I have some oracle decks we're going to use to get kind of the main themes for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll get your main message from the tarot spread. Okay? Alright, Spirit. What is the main theme for the next 2 weeks as we close out April and move into Taurus season? What is the main theme for Virgos? What do they need to focus on? Ooh, alright. So Virgos, you guys got the card of friction. Not the most comfortable of cards in this deck. So to me, honestly to me, when the friction card pops up, and I think the meaning, if I were to read the book, I think the meaning is slightly different. But for me, the friction kind of comes across as, you know, an opportunity for growth. You may be dealing with something that may have been a little trying, maybe a little stressful, but it is part of your journey. You know, I always think of the phrase, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So this little moment of friction is just toughening you up. It's just bringing you closer to the next level. So if you have been dealing with something that's kind of tough or trying, just keep pushing through it, Virgo. Keep pushing. It's just tempering your steel. That's really all that's happening. No matter how hard it is, you will make it through. You can make it through. It's just toughening you up. Okay? Alright, Spirit. What animal medicine, what animal spirit is coming to aid Virgo in the next 2 weeks? Or for the next 2 weeks? Yep. Digging it. Okay, so you guys got Raven, the card of the shaman. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. So, as mystical as this card makes your circumstances sound, to me, it is really about, what did it say? Where is that line? Gliding through the void. Yes. You possess the skill set and the intelligence and the wisdom to navigate through these next 2 weeks. And I think that, to me, the glide through the void line stood out the most because of this friction card. There may be a little moment of darkness, and sometimes the void isn't necessarily darkness. Sometimes it's just the unknown. So you may be in some unfamiliar, uncomfortable territory, you know. And again, you already possess the know-how how to get through that, you know. I like talking about it almost makes me think of like a vision quest. If you've ever if you know anything about you know, shamanic practices, but it's like going on a vision quest. Except yours is a little more physical versus visual. But it's like what you're going through is to gain understanding, is to, again, temper your steel, is what I want to keep repeating. So this friction, although it may be trying, is it's necessary and it's beneficial to you. So don't surrender. Keep going. If anything, this Raven card is popping up to tell you, like, you have the abilities. You are the creator and the magician, which almost tells me that you created this situation and have the tools necessary to go through it, which is the magician coming in. So you creator, this is part of your journey. You asked for this to happen to set you up for down the road, and you are the magician. You are capable and have all the tools necessary to get through it. So, again, if you're in a little rough spot, do not worry about it. Don't let it defeat you. Don't let it wear you down. It is just part of your journey. It's like the bean or the seed starting to sprout, and that first green shoot is trying to push its way through the soil. You know, that's really what's happening. If the seed gives up and doesn't do it, then the plant's going to die and not grow and flourish. It's like in that sprouting phase, all right? So you got to just push through the soil. All right, Spirit, what is the main message for Virgo over the next 2 weeks? What do they need to know as we set up and move into Taurus season? All right. I'm so excited to see your cards, Virgo. Like, this setup sounds kind of amazing. All right, you ready? Oh, yep. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. This is an image of self-worth. Very empowered, independent, self-made energy. So, again, this energy doesn't look to friction and get nervous. This energy looks to friction and be like, well, look what I've already done. Look what I've already accomplished. I ain't worried about you. I got this. If anything, you're going to be the last bit I have to turn my 9 of coins into a 10 of coins. Like, not worried about this energy at all. This, again, confirmation. You're strong enough. You're capable. Look at what you've built. You will do it again and continue to do so. Then you have the Daughter of Swords. So this would be like the Princess of Swords. So this to me is always my rebel, my inventor, my creator. This is my creative thinker. So as you begin to move through these 2 weeks, you may have to think a little bit differently. You may not be able to rely on your own patterns, your own strategies. And again, that could be because you're in, unfamiliar territory. Maybe you're in a new circumstance, like I talked about with the Void, or the old patterns just don't work in this situation. Both of those could be a source of friction. So again, it's just, you guys are very practical and very detail oriented. So if you have been trying something and it's not working, especially if this has been something that you've used in the past and always has brought you success, and for some reason now it's not working, this is where you get to use that very detail-oriented mind. Sit down, look at the problem, look at what's not working or what's quote-unquote broken. How can I fix this element so the whole works together? That's where your strengths lie. So again, you may have to be a little creative thinker. You may have to create a new solution to an old problem. But again, you are capable of doing it. You also have the Temperance card, which sometimes I talk about divine timing. On a traditional deck, it always features the Angel of Patience. For you guys, what I'm getting with the Temperance card is it's like cooking. It's like you're throwing all the ingredients in the pot and they're starting to brew. So again, it's about you putting in the right elements. You may have to test out this recipe a couple times. It may not work the first time out. So you may have to, dump it, try again. Ooh, excuse me. Add a little more cinnamon. Add a little more water. Add a little more cream. Like whatever you're making, it just needs the right balance of ingredients, and you are just the chef to figure that out. Don't be afraid to try some new things. You have the 7 of Swords here. So, to me, this is speaking more so to the friction. This could be someone who's for some of you, this could be someone trying to get away with something. This friction could be caused between you and an individual who is doing something shady. You think is doing something shady. You've caught them doing something shady. Or you just feel, you get that vibe about it. You're like, oh, I just can't trust this person. Or they're doing something that you see is unethical or just not right. They're trying to get away with something. And look at that. The Tower card. So, if this doesn't confirm that you are capable, nothing else will. So this guy coming up right after the Seven of Swords, whatever this little sneaky fox is trying to get away with, don't worry about it. It is going to be burned down. So even if this person is successful for getting, I don't think they will be, but if they kind of get what they want in the now, don't worry, because they'll be found out, the scheme will fail, whoever needs to be torched by this tower will be. And I almost wonder if you're a part of this, because I'm kind of staring at the fire and the fire. I almost wonder if you're part of the plan to kind of see justice through, if that makes sense. Oh. That's interesting. Okay, so then you guys got the Four of Wands, but you got the Four of Wands in reverse. I'm surprised because I normally keep my decks all upright, so this guy must have got shuffled around at some point. So, Four of Wands in reverse. It kind of makes sense. So upright, this card speaks to firm foundations. I also call it my Thanksgiving card, because it talks about kind of bringing people together and gratitude and gratefulness. So coming up in reverse after the Tower doesn't surprise me, because we've literally burned this structure to the ground. So foundation may be a little shaky. The only reason I am pausing and kind of contemplating, to me this really isn't, it's not like the ending of the story, you know what I mean? Normally the last card is the outcome, this is what happens. To me, it is kind of the outcome, you're dealing with this energy or this person, you're going through this temperance phase, and then you finally prove your strength, and you're like, nope, that's not real, I'm tearing that down. But at the end of it, you're left with unstable ground. Now that you've destroyed it, we need to rebuild this. So it's not the most cleanest ending. It does leave some, loose ends to be tied, so to speak. But I think what's promising about this as we move into May and we move into Taurus season, now that we've burned down the old way or the false way of doing things, this foundation is in the prime setting to be rebuilt. So why wouldn't you want to be a part of this? If this is, and again, this could be work, this could be, some personal structure, this could be family, I don't know, whoever this lies. Essentially, this is just speaking to kind of breaking down the old, false, ineffective way of running things. And now we're at a place where we need to rebuild things. This foundation's a little shaky. But again, you've already kind of broken it. So this is your time to patch it up and rebuild it and redo it so that it's right. So as we move through the next 2 weeks and you sort out all of these shenanigans, know that moving forward, once this is taken care of, I think Taurus season is really going to be about rebuilding this foundation. Kind of rebuilding this core. Whether this is a personal thing, where on a personal level you may have to restructure some things in your life, whether this is work and you have to shake things up in your company, so to speak. And it doesn't have to be as big as that. This could just be a dynamic between you and one person, and then maybe you're reorganizing priorities. Maybe someone gets let go because they were being shady, and this was your partner at work, so now you've got to redistribute responsibilities between you and a new person, or you may have to figure out how to balance all of this on your own until someone steps in. There's just a shift going on at the end of all of this. Right now, what I want you to focus on is getting through this kind of moment, this little obstacle. That's your biggest focus, is dealing with this friction. This we'll worry about come Taurus season, once we're on the other side of this. For now, just focus on getting through it, knowing that you're capable and strong enough. You may have to do some creative problem solving, but you are very capable, Virgo. Whew, all right. With that, I'm going to end the reading here. As always, send you guys my love and support. You guys are going to have a lot to take care of moving through these last 2 weeks, but like I said, you will do it, and you will be perfectly fine. As always, I always love to hear from you. If you want to connect with me, ask any questions, hit me up in the comment section down below. You can DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. If you want to book a personal reading, all of that information will be in the description box. But as always, thank you for the comments, the likes, the subscriptions. Thank you for watching this video. If you're not, again, please subscribe. I will be doing the May prediction videos in about a week, so make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you know when those are up. But until then, send you guys my love, and I'll see you in your next video. Bye, Virgo.